Welcome to Conflict Africa number 2. This is my only survival of paranormal and supernatural events and beyond video for tonight. So every time I make one of these videos, I will put the title of the creature that I am going to fight or survive in. If I had special effects, I would actually remake these movies so that I could actually show you what to do. But since I'm poor and I don't have that, I don't have anybody backing me, I'm doing everything by myself. So tonight's creature feature is an old school movie called The Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Okay, so these magical, mystical, bionic clowns can do everything that a clown can do with a supernatural edge. They have only one weakness, and by the grace of God, I know I would have discovered it just by accident, but their only one weakness is their nose. If you punch them in their nose, they die, or their heads explode. Please go watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space so you can understand how fracked up that movie is and how cool it is at the same time. So the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, they are these clowns you don't really get an origin planet, at least that I can remember, because I think this movie came out like late 70s, early 80s. I don't remember, but it was a good movie for me. I liked it. Well, anyway, they came in a circus tent, spaceship looking thing, and they set things up and they did all kinds of stuff, and they were killing people with shadow puppets and all kinds of other stuff. Now, the people they killed with the shadow puppets, they were just dumb, and they kind of deserved to die, because anytime you got somebody doing these things, and you can see the shadows on there, and then it starts off as a dog, rough, and then it starts off as something else, and then it becomes a T-Rex, and it eats them. I'm sorry. If you're dumb enough to see a clown do that, and you're just mesmerized by that, you deserve to die. I'm really sorry. I'm really totally sorry about that, but you have no place here on Earth. You kind of asked for that. I mean, shadow puppets are cool and everything, but they're not so mesmerizing. I mean, it would be different if it was like Kabuki, or what the hell is it? It's Japanese shadow puppets, but it's not Kabuki because Kabuki is dancing. But if it was the Japanese shadow puppets where they used to entertain people with the big curtain and have Japanese people behind it with the shadow puppets doing war and all that stuff, that would be something that they would have gotten me killed for. But as far as everything else, the first time I seen a clown, because I don't even like clowns, I'm not scared of it or anything, I just don't like them. I've never liked them. And then after it came out, I really don't like clowns. So, I'm not going to tackle it if I can help it. But if there's a request for that, then yeah. But, the thing with it is that he wasn't really a clown. He was a giant spider, and I kind of like spiders, so that's not going to break for me. But anyway, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Again, I would have discovered their weakness purely by accident, because as soon as the clown would have came at me with some kind of crazy stuff, I like my personal space, so I probably would have kicked him right in the face, or I would have punched him in the nose, like, hey, look, back up, buddy. And as soon as he got too close, if he's in striking distance, pow! And I would have hit him square in the nose, and his head would have exploded. Which, by the end of the movie, you will understand that their nose is their only weakness, and I think they do discover it by accident, because guns and bullets don't really do anything unless you shoot them in the nose. So, how do you survive the Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Well, run would be to run. One would be to run until you can't, and then if you have no choice but to fight. Don't be suckered into their mesmerization, because people like clowns. I don't know why people like clowns, but people like clowns. And there was either an Allstate commercial or a Geico commercial where there was a fender bender and these clowns just popped out of everywhere, and the guy's like, yeah, that wouldn't happen with me. There would have been some hurt clowns up in my car. How the hell did they get in my car? He didn't even hear the door shut. They just popped up in there. The Killer Clowns were kind of like that. But the Killer Clowns were a little bit more hulky and more dangerous. Kind of like that Banana Splits movie that I'm trying to find. But anyway, the whole point of the matter is that the Killer Clowns were dangerous unless you punched them in the nose. Then they were in danger of you. So by midway, almost to the end of the movie, is when they started learning how to kill the damn Killer Clowns. I, on the other hand, would have been able to kill them as soon as I saw them, because I know one thing about fighting, that if you get punched in the nose, like hard, square in the nose, your eyes will water. Most people's eyes will water. If you get used to it, they won't water as badly. You're not crying. It's just an instant watering. I forgot the exact scientific term for it, but when you get punched in the nose, you know it. Your eyes water, and if they hit you hard enough, you might start leaking. But for me, seeing a killer clown, it would probably be reflex to instinctively jab that sucker in his face, and I'm going to hit him square in the nose, and he'll probably explode. All the glittery stuff will be on me, like, that's a thing. And then, the first thing I do when other people start complaining or calling about these killer clowns, I'll be like, yo, let me call the cops and tell them about these clowns, and you should probably punch them in the nose, because I just encountered one. When I punched him in the nose, he totally exploded. So, it's a thing. But definitely find their weakness. If nothing really hurts them but a punch in the nose, spring for the fences. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, people. Go watch it. Be seeing you. And damn, I'm old.